Nectar of Chanting. Introduction by Swamy Muktananda. Do not be lazy in Swadhyaya, the chanting and reciting of sacred texts. Do not neglect it. Swadhyaya is, in fact, a way to study yourself. It has been practiced from time immemorial by great beings, enlightened beings, leaders, teachers, preceptors, fully realized masters. And they have inspired others to practice it as well. Revered Bapuji Mahatma Gandhi never failed to hold his prayer or Swadhyaya regularly. The seers say that it should be held every day with the unfailing regularity of the sun and moon at an appointed hour, with deep feeling and reverence. Swadhyaya increases inner radiance, mental vigor, and agility. Its practice is far more uplifting than indulging in futile thoughts and unnecessary mental activity or following worthless tendencies. Swadhyaya embraces all aspects of yoga and grants all its rewards. Everyone sits in a clean place, in the lotus, perfect or easy posture, free from care, without moving or looking around. The book is held in the right hand, with the left hand on the knee, in the lion pose. Both eyes are focused on the mantra text, and the ears are attuned to the neighboring voices, as well as one's own, chanting the divine names. Such practice of Swadhyaya includes mastery of a posture, asana, a pose, mudra, gazing at a fixed point, trataka, and one-pointedness of mind, dhyana, as one has to concentrate on the verses. This is concentration of a high order, since all mental energy is collected and directed toward mantras, reciting, hearing, and seeing them. One then enjoys the flow of love released by mantras. Those who know only a few asanas, a few kriyas, a few modes of ordinary pranayama, and who think they are perfect despite their obvious imperfections can never appreciate the importance of the great yoga of Swadhyaya, which is complete, perfect, fully rewarding in itself. The divine name is the pure nectar of bliss. As one continues to chant, the mind becomes saturated with the mantras and easily achieves one-pointedness. The heart is stabilized on its goal and begins to taste the joy which is the inner essence of the mantras. It overcomes dreariness and anxieties vanish. The smoldering coals of failure are extinguished and one becomes naturally absorbed in inner love and contentment. One realizes that the heart is the abode of deep peace, where love gushes, steadfastness is entrenched, and the image of God shines forth. This is the glory of Swadhyaya. The supreme and everlasting happiness that man longs for lies in inner purity alone. Swadhyaya is a subtle tonic that nourishes the inner being, imparts spiritual strength, and purifies the mind and heart. Just as a man adorns his physical body with clothes and ornaments and exercises to maintain health, similarly, he should take care of his inner spiritual body, developing its virtuous inclinations and beauty. While describing the potency of the divine name, Haridas says, the name of God can be repeated in all times, places, circumstances, and by all people. It may be beneficial to repeat other mantras silently, but the special power of the divine name lies in its being chanted loudly. The louder the chant, the greater its effect. He who repeats the name silently or in a low voice purifies himself only, while he who sings it aloud also cleanses all who hear it, including the inanimate as well as the animate. Toward the beginning of the morning chanting programs in our ashrams, we always chant the following lines. Salutations to the infinite Lord, who has infinite forms, infinite feet, eyes, head, thighs, and arms. Salutations to the eternal being of infinite names, who supports millions of cosmic ages. These lines praise the all-pervasive, formless, unmanifest, absolute being, who manifests himself in 1,000 forms. This is, in fact, true spiritual knowledge, the essence of science. Even physical science is making advances owing to its curiosity to know the boundless nature of the infinite, which embodies itself in innumerable shapes. Yet science is attempting to explore only a small portion of the vast cosmos which extends from the earth to Shiva and contains innumerable souls and innumerable worlds. Knowledge of the Supreme is wisdom and also science, including all its various branches. The earth, the sky, the outer space are the feet of that Lord whom man is trying to perceive with the eye of higher intelligence. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nisprapachaya Santaya Nirlambaya Tejase. Who is invoked by the words Om Namah Shivaya? Who is remembered? Who can be met and spoken through Om Namah Shivaya? Who is the one to address and praise, about whom numberless poems have been written and numberless hymns composed? From the dawn of creation to the present day, what is the nature of the supreme truth called Shiva, whose glories are sung by the serpent Shesha with his 1,000 tongues, his 1,000 uplifted heads, who is continuously praised by Saraswati holding the veena on her breast? He to whom we kneel by uttering Om Namah Shivaya is the Guru, the self of all, the embodiment of Satchidananda, existence, consciousness, and bliss absolute. Sat is the one who equally pervades all objects. The self permeates all forms and is the ground of all. Whatever is perceived is based upon the Sat aspect of God. No object can exist without a support. Just as gold forms the basis of different ornaments and cotton of different garments, likewise God is the foundation of this entire universe. This self, Shiva, the Guru, is responsible for the creation, sustenance, and dissolution of the universe. The second aspect of God consciousness is Chit, which illuminates all objects at all times, at all places. That consciousness is also the pure light underlying the light of the sun, the moon, fire, and all other lights of the universe. God is also bliss, Ananda, which projects, maintains, and finally withdraws the universe. If we reflect deeply, we'll find that all the activities in the world reflect bliss. They're all motivated by bliss, or the search for happiness. Why does man seek happiness in everything? Because God, the inner self, is of the nature of bliss. Thus, in the Lord Satchidananda, we worship the being whose nature is existence, consciousness, bliss, dwelling in everything as its inmost essence, the basis of love, supremely blissful, free from occupations and agitations. He needs no other support, and yet he sustains and supports all. He is the supreme effulgence, inhabiting the eyes and giving them light, residing in the tongue, the ears, the nose, and other organs, perceiving all sense objects. He is God, illuminating the entire universe from within and without. It is Sri Gurudeva Nityananda who takes the individual soul to its source, which is pure consciousness, self, the origin of the universe. By his grace, all veils of impurities are torn asunder, restoring the mind in which Chitta Shakti has limited herself to its boundlessness. Nowhere but in the Guru will the disciple find one to uplift and transform him. Therefore, the Guru is worthy of the highest glory. As a sadhaka receives the sounds of these mantras from all sides, he enters a celestial realm. After these mantras comes the main text, Sri Guru Gita, or Vishnu Saharanama. The Vishnu Saharanama is a most significant, universal, and uplifting japa yoga. It is pure ambrosia, sublime scripture which gives the peace of salvation. It's a song of praise to the Lord dwelling in the heart. It dispels illness, gives robust health, increases knowledge, strength, and fame, and leads one to the realization of the self of all. If anyone were to ask me, which is the one indispensable text, I would answer the Guru Gita. This is so supremely holy that it makes the ignorant learned, the destitute wealthy, and the scholarly fully realized. The Guru Gita is a supreme song of Shiva, of salvation. It's a veritable ocean of bliss in this world. It encompasses the science of the absolute, the yoga of the self. It gives vitality to life. It's a harmonious composition. It's 182 stanzas in varied verse patterns, beautifully describing the importance of devotion to the Guru, his role, his nature, and his distinguishing characteristics. If a person who is devoted to the Guru sings this song, easily attains all powers, realizations, and knowledge, fulfilling the aim of yoga. When Parvati, the ever-young Uma, or Kundalini, the beloved consort of the great god Shiva, the ultimate goal of yogis, whose nature is existence, consciousness, and bliss, asked her dearest Lord about the secret of the Guru Gita, he replied that it bestows worldly fulfillment as well as spiritual liberation. The truth is that only those pure and noble beings who are themselves fully immersed in devotion to the Guru and who worship him by identifying themselves with him are competent to write on the theme of the Guru Gita. The mystery of the Guru Gita can be comprehended only by such a saint as Gyaneshwara, who made a bull recite Vedic mantras, who moved a stone by the power and glory of his devotion to the Guru, and who continually sang his praises, though he himself was a teacher of teachers. Only such a being as Eknath Maharaj, the crest jewel of all devotees of the Guru, who never tired of singing the Guru's praises and whose devotion to the Guru pleased Lord Hari so much that he drew water for him, can adequately bring out the splendor of the Guru Gita. If someone were to ask me what gives meaning to my life, I would only say the name of my Guru. I discovered everything within me by my Guru's grace. Bhagwan Sri Nityananda was a perfect Guru. His essential teaching was, the heart is the hub of all sacred places. Go there, roam in it. By remembering and worshipping such a master with the recitation of the Guru Gita, one becomes holy. The Guru is indeed the God of gods. A great poet saint, Madhava Muni, says in a song, I'm only aware of the Guru's feet. I'm ignorant of the yamas and the niyamas, the prescriptions and prohibitions of yoga, nor do I know any other method. I only know the Guru's feet. Is it not foolish to prefer gold to the philosopher's stone? Similarly, what is the use of salvation if it means renunciation of the Guru's feet? This remarkable statement is full of meaning. The Guru Gita, devotion to the Guru, is my sole refuge. I am constantly repeating Guru Om, Guru Om, and the Guru Gita is played and recited every day. The Guru is my supreme goal. In our ashrams, the recitations of holy texts such as the Guru Gita and the Shiva Mahimna Stotram are followed by sessions of chanting divine names which release the flow of divine love, purifying the heart and stilling the mind. Among the chants that are sung in the ashram are Om Namah Shivaya, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Hare Rama Hare Krishna, Om Guru Jaya Guru, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, Om Namo Bhagavate Gopala Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, Gopala Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, Vitale Vitale, Shivaya Nama Om, Hari Hari Bol, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Rama Raghava, Narayana Narayana, Om Bhagavan, Jota Se Jota, Gurudeva Hamara Pyarara, many others. Everyone participates in the chanting with great fervor and enthusiasm. The chants are accompanied by various musical instruments such as the ektara, the tambura, the tabla, the harmonium, tambourines, kartals, and cymbals. The morning and evening arati to the Lord is a noble practice which is very popular in India. In this way, gods, kings, and men all honor their dear ones, the indwelling Lord and the Guru, who is the very self of all. The arati is the sublime expression of love and adoration, a highly beneficial act. Thus, Swadhyaya, performed with a melodious voice, confers knowledge, meditation, and cleanses the heart. There's a lofty spiritual practice. The truth is, that man is an embodiment of sublime love, equanimity, and peace. The Supreme Being dwells within you. In his fullness, he witnesses the feeling, faith, and love within, with which you chant. And he listens from within. He examines the quality of your devotion, love, and faith. Therefore, sit for Swadhyaya. in a disciplined manner, full of love for the Lord, feeling that He is sitting by your side. Let your attention be concentrated on the mantras and their goal, on the sound of the chant, on your own self. Do not permit it to wander away. When the mind begins to roam, it becomes distracted. But when it turns within and is absorbed in Swadhyaya, it becomes refined, perceptive. Sing sweetly and in tune. The Lord hears every word you utter with great love, and He responds quickly to your feelings. Do not think He is remote. You have become alienated from the all-pervasive being because you have always considered Him to be far away. He is exceedingly close to you, closer than your own breath. My dear ones, so long as the indwelling Lord is not pleased, no one else can be pleased. When He is pleased, everyone is automatically pleased. Man should remain constantly aware of his duties. He was certainly not born just for eating and drinking and enjoying the sensuous pleasures until death overcomes him. Therefore, just as you value your material wealth, your children, wife, house, clothes, and ornaments, you should also value your spiritual wealth in the form of Swadhyaya. As your mind becomes permeated with Swadhyaya, you will be able to sleep soundly, wake up joyfully, and live your life with delight and laughter. You will no longer be afraid of death nor worried about rebirth. You will be able to handle the practical side of your life skillfully, complete your studies enthusiastically, and take care of your family without finding it a worldly burden. You will realize that the world is a veritable paradise. Above all, you will receive divine grace and finally realize your own divinity. Swadhyaya is penance, wealth, near and dear ones, one's own inner self. The all-pervasive spirit abides within you. That is the goal of Swadhyaya. As long as you do not have a direct personal experience of the self, continue to have full faith in the veracity of the one who has experienced it, without doubting or questioning. One day it will make itself felt within you of its own accord. Such is the power of Swadhyaya. May you love all that you have received in the form of Swadhyaya from the ancient seers, who are our highest well-wishers, and may you realize your own self through it. May you always delight in your own inner being. May Swadhyaya yield to you a rich harvest. This is my blessing to you. Your own Swamy Muktananda. The Nectar of Chanting. Om Namo Shivaya. 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 Om Namo Shivaya.